Good morning. It's wonderful to see your smiling faces, virtual as they may be. It's Atmadarshan or Laura, whichever you prefer, and we're here for another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. It's chilly, and the tech has a space heater on it right now to try to keep it alive. So if you hear something in the background, that's the heater. And I'll be stepping outside shortly after we discuss today's theme. So today, in the Roman Catholic tradition in which I was raised, is Epiphany. That means that Christmas is officially over. Yesterday was the 12th day of Christmas. And you may know the word epiphany. It can be used in conversation, meaning like revelation of the true self, or showing somebody something or having an insight. And that's kind of what today is. It's said to be the day that three wise kings stopped their journey in Bethlehem and saw the one that they thought would usher in a new age. So today, we're going to link that to Bhagavad Gita, not surprisingly. So the idea is the three kings arrived, and they had the discernment, the inner knowledge, the wisdom to notice that this tiny baby who seemed so helpless and undeveloped was, in fact, a very special person. And in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, the soldier, has started to see his best friend Krishna not just as an ordinary human being, but as a very special person. And in chapter 10, Arjuna is like, okay, tell me about yourself. Tell me about how you will usher in a new age. And then in chapter 11, that's not quite enough. In chapter 11, Arjuna says, okay, you've told me about yourself. Now I want to see who you are, really. Krishna gives Arjuna divine sight, and Arjuna sees Krishna for who he actually is. And this represents the toughest part of the spiritual path. We have to start being able to see others and see ourselves even more scary to keep progressing along that path. We have illusions about ourselves. We have illusions about others. Chapter 12 in the Gita is all about bhakti yoga, devotion. Some say the yoga of love. And we cannot truly be devoted to someone or something or our own life path unless we are willing to look at it for what it is, to look at ourselves. Maybe we think we want to be something super special. You are something super special, by the way, but we want to be super special in a particular way that's not our dharmic path. And then we get upset. If we can look within, we will know what we're here for and what we can do for others. But we do have to be willing to see that, because sometimes when we see ourselves, it means, oh gosh, I'm not in the career I really need to be in. I'm not in the relationship I really need to be in. I'm not in the place I really need to be in. And that's scary. So this is part of the scariest chapters of the Gita. In fact, Arjuna at the end of chapter 11 says to Krishna, okay, stop it. Come back to how I know you. Take on the form of how I think I know you. And Krishna does, out of compassion. And then Arjuna's like, okay, that's better. So today on Epiphany, and especially for the meditation, I encourage you to really be with yourself, to be with the world in this moment as it is, to see it, not for what you think it should be, what you want it to be, but to see it for what it is. And that, according to the Gita, will change your life. Just that. Everything else will evolve, including highest wisdom, from being willing to see, whether that's with physical eyes or with other senses. Okay, we will do our one-footed prayer pose or tree, whichever you choose to call it, and then we'll sit in meditation. If there's a particular mudra you've been using, you can use that. Today I'm dedicating my practice to Roger and Deb. This is for you, and it's for all of you also. Let's do it. switching sides. And come into position for your meditative practice, which will be about 5 minutes. coming back to the world as it is. May you have a wonderful day. Be willing to see yourself for who you truly are. Whatever you see, it is something to be cherished. And perhaps you can learn to cherish what you see in others as well. As I cherish you and our time together, hope to see you tomorrow.